Hey guys, welcome to another great episode of the Anime Breakdown Show. I'm your host VX Kingpin XV. Today we're going to jump right into it. Today was another great manga chapter of, let me see here, Naruto Manga chapter 580, Brother's Time. This chapter was real straightforward. Wasn't a lot going on. We didn't really learn a lot. This was mainly about Itachi and Sasuke fighting together side by side for the first time ever that we've seen. It kind of starts off where they're battling Kabuto. Kabuto's like, looking all slimy and disgusting and really nasty, and he's ready to go in the sage mode for the white snake or whatever he calls himself. I'm not partial to Kabuto, so yeah, I don't really do a lot of research on him. But right off, he starts off, I guess he makes some type of either sound or some type of blast that impairs their vision and their ability to do jutsus or something. But he's able to, shut out the whites in his cornea, he says. And yeah, that's my daughter. Anyway, he has the ability to liquefy his body to keep it from getting all crazy. I'm not really sure what the ability was. It's kind of hard to make out. Maybe if one of you guys know, hey, share below. I read it like 2 or 3 times and I just couldn't make it out exactly what was going on. But no big deal. But they're going at each other. They're both in like Sassoon mode or whatever, and everything's going hardcore. I think this is going to be more of a really good episode to watch than to read, because there's a lot of action going on. There's a lot of things that we haven't seen before, and Kabuto makes an extremely good point. How can you guys fight each other? You guys don't know how each other work. You don't know how each other, movements are, because you've never fought with each other. And that was a very good observation on Kabuto's part. And then they threw in some garbage. Kishimoto threw in some garbage of some random backstory memory about a giant warthog that him and Sasuke captured together as young children. We all remember Sasuke in those days. Sasuke was a wimp. I don't remember Sasuke being hunting warthogs with his brother. That was random. They threw that in there. If somebody, say, hey, you're wrong, Kingpin, episode blah, 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 put it in there. I'll rewatch the episode and come back and say you were right. I don't remember that ever happening. And I was like, when did this happen? Usually my friend Black Fox, he usually has a tendency of saying, no, it happened in this episode. Well, let me see what episode that happened in. Other than that, I do not remember that happening. But basically he says, do you remember when we went after the warthog or some sort? And Sasuke's like, yeah, and they have flashbacks of them being all dressed up in their hunting gear and striking. And I guess he used this formation that they've had in the past to help each other during this battle, so they can kind of work more together. That's why they call it Brother's Time, whatever that means. It was really good. It wasn't bad. I think this is going to be a better episode to watch them together doing the episodes when it's an animation versus the way it is now. But other than that, it was really good. It was a lot of fighting. It was a lot of taunting back and forth. Basically, Kabuto's he's trying to get Itachi back to redo the curse mark on his mind or whatever, and bring him back into his fold. And they're going to do whatever it takes to stop this. It seems to me that it could be potentially still really hard, because Itachi's dead, and as far as my understanding about this reanimation jutsu, you gotta seal them so they can keep coming back to life. They have unlimited jutsu, unlimited chakra, as far as my understanding goes, and they can keep doing crazy stuff, just like Madara versus the 5 first Kages, the 5 Kages or whatever, and they keep pounding him, jutsu after jutsu after jutsu after jutsu, and keeps coming back to life. So I'm assuming everybody has this ability, and the only one way to take them down is to seal them. So, with that being said, I think Kabuto's taking it lightly, even with his Sage mode, because, you know, them reanimating, coming back to life could be a potential problem. Especially since, like right now, Itachi just got hit, and they haven't been able to move forward. But as always, you know, there was nothing really going on in this one. It was just a lot of fighting, combating. So that kind of summed up this chapter. I think the next chapter is going to be more conclusive, and it's going to end. I don't think they're going to continue to fight, but we never know. We never know what Kishi's going to throw in. But as always, you guys, you know what? Rate, comment below. Make sure you share your opinions and your thoughts. And for the people who've been watching my avatar, you know, I got something to say to you guys, but I'm going to wait, come out with a little sidebar to combat those people. But anyway, rate, comment below, and subscribe. Peace!